Linas. This is a living soil grow of cannabis in the Canton area.
Our tissue culture propagation. So right here we got little tiny
So yeah, just
plant
I don't know.
material.
So this is Christine De Jesus. She was our horticulture teacher, and she actually created our horticulture curriculum.
Cells or tissue off material and propagate your plants, as well as cleanse your plants of viruses that may have attached to.
And then if you have
plants
filled
along
out your
the way,
card,
essentially
make sure
get
you pass the pins around so
mother
everyone
stock, so
can
that you can create new clones off of that clean.
So yeah, this is a new thing they just added is the tissue culture. So if you're not aware, there's a big virus that is affecting the cannabis plant because most people do clones and have a mother plant. So now they're going to tissue culture. So they're able to remove the virus and make sure they always start with a clean plant, which has been done in agriculture. It's just making its way into the industry.
List here. So these are all the strains that we currently have in production. We have 2 rooms in flower right now. Our north room and our south room are both in flower. A lot of our real heavy hitters in the north room, like Gorilla Nut, Blueberry Cookies, and Second Breakfast. Dual OG is another really popular strain. And then our south room has a little bit of a bigger mix of strains. Chocolate Mint OG, a couple new genetics that we're bringing in, and our electric peanut butter cookies, which is one of our most popular strains.
Anybody a medical
We also
card
have a list here
in
of
here?
beneficial applications,
Do you ever add Glena's products?
predator insects, probiotic
think so.
bacteria, things that basically protect our plants from pest outbreaks and pathogens. And then we
They're a
just
little
have
more expensive because they are grown in living soil. So, but the quality,
so we're not fertilizating fertilizers, but rather
Yeah.
just running clean water.
Gotcha.
And then those dates are listed there.
but yeah, it's a pretty intensive list.
Come back this way.
So I had the privilege of being here when they first opened, and then I've gone back a couple times, and they've really grown. They're a level 2 cultivator, so they're smaller. They're not they're 5,000 square feet, but you'll see how they go vertical.
In this room, we have, like I mentioned, about 12 different strains. This room's about 3 weeks away from harvest.
It is amazing.
What you're looking at right here is our Lilac Diesel. On this side is Death Star, which we call That's No Moon.
So is this a part of that
They
school?
wouldn't
Is
actually
that a part of
use
this?
the name Death
So
Star.
no, this is a 360 video that we did on a tour there, and some of our students will go and work there. So it's still really hard to get students. We do at Buckeye Relief, we will get tours there, but so imagine you have like 30 people wanting to walk through your cannabis plants. I mean, that's pretty scary if you're a cultivator. And so usually they limit to like 6 people in groups. Even at Buckeye, we didn't even go into the room. You just look through windows now because there's so many contaminants that you could bring in from the outside. So they're very, they don't love having a lot of visitors in. All right, keep playing it. If you're just coming, we're just playing a video of Galena's, which is a level 2 living soil cultivation facility in Ohio. So yeah, they grow amazing cannabis. If you have your medical card, I'd highly recommend them. There's a lot of flavor. They unfortunately didn't get a dispensary license when they redid them.
So we're obviously growing on 3 tiers.
So that's 3 levels. So you should see when they harvest, it's insane.
Soil up and down all the time, but we still prefer to use a living
Yeah.
soil. We feel that it creates a better terpene profile, better cannabinoid profile, more complex flavor, better.
Isn't that insane? I heard that they're going to go to 5 tiers.
We have seen through R&Ding our soil with our
So if you're not aware, in Ohio, it's by square footage. So volume doesn't matter. That's why you can grow more plants vertically. So it's a workaround. Since they're level 2, they can only have 5,000 square feet. So what did they do? Well, they can go up. Smart, right? So level 1 cultivators didn't start doing that until recently because they it took them a while to fill all their space because they can have up to 25,000 square feet. So there's difference between level 1 and level 2. All right, I don't know if I'm waiting on more people. I don't know, Danielle. But this video, you can go online and watch the rest of this. It's really an amazing tour of Galena's. It's 360 and you can kind of play around with it. And then she'll take us into the grow room. I'm going to start the presentation. All right, well, welcome to the Cleveland School of Cannabis. Danielle, is it okay if I start or you want me to wait? Okay, should I wait then? Okay, I lied. All right, I'll just free talk. All right, so my name is Nicole Phoenix. I'm the Director of Education here at the school. I started off as a curriculum writer for the school of the endocannabinoid system class. How many people know what the endocannabinoid system is? 1, 2, 3? No? All right. Real quick, since I have a lot of experience with the ECS, it is just like our cardiovascular system, our digestive system, our respiratory system, our endocrine system. So it's a system that was just discovered in 1990. Okay, so that is pretty recent. They're finally now including it in like a picture. If you had all the different systems, they finally put the ECS in there. What does the ECS do, and why does cannabis work so well as a medicine? The endocannabinoid system balances our body. It keeps us in what we call homeostasis. So it's regulating all our other systems. So if your ECS isn't working properly, you're going to have some major issues. And that's what they think neurodegenerative diseases are, is that their endocannabinoid system is not working properly, and that's what causes the neurodegenerative diseases. So it's very fascinating. There's a lot of research going on with Dr. Ethan Russo is really leading the charge with that. So I could talk all day about that, but that's one of the things that you guys will learn here at the school, is you'll learn about the ECS and why is cannabis so popular? Because it works medicinally in our human body. And why is that? Why do we have an ECS? Because we actually create our own cannabinoids. So we have what we call endocannabinoids. And so that's why we have receptors in our body. And then when we consume cannabis, the cannabinoids in the cannabis plant will connect with those receptors. And there's other plants like black pepper that also will connect with our endocannabinoid receptors. So it's very complex. There is so much research going on. If you have a good understanding of how our human body works, it makes a lot of sense when you look at all the receptors in our body. Okay? So I don't want to get ahead of myself. Are we good to go?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. Oops. So for those of you that just came, welcome. My name is Nicole Phoenix. I'm the Director of Education. And this school has evolved so much from the first day I came. We were up the street there in Independence Tower. I had an interview in this tiny office with a printer, a desk, and 2 people. And I sat literally in a corner. I was like, what did I just get myself into? I was a high school science teacher. I was currently working with children on the autism spectrum. And my son has ulcerative colitis, so we started dabbling with CBD and just evolved. So I got to the school and then was growing with the school and as well with my son and helping him. Today, he's off of all his biologicals. He has no more pharmaceutical medicines that he takes. He's almost 25, and his quality of life has skyrocketed. Okay, so before, this biological that he used to take was causing him liver damage. His liver enzymes were through the roof. And so now his enzymes have dropped. He's stopped all his pharmaceutical meds. So I'm not saying you should do that, but that's just the spot where he's at right now. I think, there's amazing medicines out there that, do great things. So come to CSC and find yourself. Those are just pictures of different students. This is Brian Adams. He's been with the school forever too. But we have a lot of fun here. After being a high school science teacher, this has been a pleasure because everyone comes wanting to learn, so enthusiastic, asking questions. I don't have to say, wake up and spray water at them. So it is just really enjoyable. And I've learned so much from the students as well. So we really have a fun time. We do events here, and we just, it's been an amazing community. And the one thing is our faculty is very engaging, and the students get to network. And we have students that have left the school and now are in managerial positions, or the director of cultivation. And a lot of our instructors are in the industry as well, or have been in the industry. I kind of told you about me. I am a caregiver, so I can go into dispensaries and buy medicine and help with other people that maybe can't get to the dispensary or just don't feel comfortable. They don't know what to buy. I've been at the school for 6 years. I'm also part owner of Chagrin Valley Hemp Company, so I've taken my knowledge here and have been working at a hemp industry. So there's a big divide between the medical marijuana industry and the hemp industry, but we're not going to get into that today. So, all right. At CSC, we believe in fostering an adult learning through our education. We have online and in person. We are just about to do it like a blended class, but we're really big on developing the individual as well as getting you ready for an entry-level job in the cannabis industry, okay? So we help you develop all your skills, your cannabis knowledge, as well as how do you get in the door? How do you network? How do you write a resume? How do you, connect with people? And one of the big things we do here, I'm kind of jumping the gun, but we have what we call our green hour. And this kind of, one of the positives out of COVID is that we went online and created this, what we call green hour, and we connect with industry leaders. So I've interviewed people throughout the United States on different parts of the cannabis industry, whether it's from a medical perspective, the dispensary, making cannabis beverages. We had the CEO of Veritas. He was awesome. And just, you get to connect and ask questions. It's just our students, myself, and you guys can ask individual questions. So it's a great, and we record them all. So we're up to like 70 now. So it's been a really remarkable thing that kind of, we used to do it on campus, and then when COVID came, obviously we couldn't. This is what's going on in the industry. The legal cannabis sales is expected to reach $37 billion in 2023. So this just came out. So cannabis isn't going away. It's not. And I think some people were thinking that would happen, but we know in Ohio it's just gaining traction, and hopefully in November it will be passed with adult use. Okay? All right, so what else is going on? Well, if we have a lot of people buying cannabis, we need a lot of people working in the cannabis industry. And it takes a lot. When you think of any business, it's just not, growing the plant. It's someone packaging the plant, making labels for the plant, selling the plant. So there is, just like in, a car making cards, it's the same thing. You have to have all these different, you have to have maintenance people. You have to have someone answering the phones and directing people. So whatever job you think of in another industry, that's also in the cannabis industry. So I would say to you, if you have a really good skill set and then you get your cannabis knowledge, you're gonna be like running into the cannabis industry, and they'll gobble you up. You can see that estimated jobs is in the light blue, and then projected cannabis employment. This is all federally, or full federal legalization. So once, hopefully it gets descheduled originally, but we need to get it completely taken off the Schedule 1 list. Does anyone know what that means? Yes? Yes.
Going from one level to another level, where it's not at, other people get involved with it.
Sure, okay, so right now it's Scheduled 1. Cannabis is in the Controlled Substance Act that was created in 1970. It got put on Schedule 1, meaning it has no medicinal value and it has a high level of abuse. So we know that's not true. So what they're going to do is they're going to drop it to level 3, which is still not great, but it's better than a level 1. So we really wanted to get removed off the scheduling to make it much more accessible to people, and hopefully we can get insurance to cover it. Because how many people are card holders? Anyone? It gets really expensive, right? Adds up. And comparing to going to a pharmacy and paying $10 for your meds, you're paying a lot more. So, all right.
it's medicinal, you have the card, but you're saying it doesn't work like your medical mutual card?
No,
when you go
oh,
to the
no,
pharmacy?
no, you pay
Oh, so-
cash. You have to pay cash. You can't even put it on a credit card. Yeah, not in this country. In other countries, they do have insurance. Medical insurance does pay it. You could actually consume cannabis in a hospital, but not in the United States, no. So, I mean, you can get Marinol. There is synthetic. Yes, you have a question?
You can't even medically consume cannabis anywhere in the U.S.?
No, you can medically consume it just in,
In a hospital?
not in the hospital, no. Nope. No, it's still, the medical card unfortunately still doesn't hold a lot of clout. I mean, there's a lot of terrible stories in the courts where people, oh, I have a medical marijuana card, and they're like, but we're going to still, you know, it doesn't really hold a lot, even though you're being responsible. Yeah. So someone is hired for a cannabis job every 2 minutes. Cannabis jobs have increased year over year with no signs of slowing down. Okay, so they need workers. 5 straight years, over 25% annual job growth, and then over $13 billion in legal wages associated with cannabis jobs. Potentially 1.75 million jobs by 2025 with federal legalization. So we're not there yet, but if federal legalization comes, it is going to be lights out, especially because you're going to have these big, huge companies get in the game. I don't know how I feel about that, because big tobacco's waiting, big alcohol's waiting, and once they're just going to, and then hopefully we'll have the Cleveland Clinic, UH get on board. Right now, if I work at the Cleveland Clinic and I want to become a cannabis, like a recommendation doctor, the Cleveland Clinic will come to you and say, no, you can't do that. We will no longer protect you legally, and we don't approve of that. And so they just say, I'm not going to do it. So it's a shame. All right. In Ohio in particular, we are going to be needing 1,750 dispensary jobs, 800 processing jobs. So that's making the product, like your concentrates. Cultivation is at around 1,700, and then you have over 2,000 more jobs that are just associated. Also, testing is becoming really big in Ohio. We have to test our cannabis. So any cannabis that I'm selling has to go to a third-party testing. Also, all the hemp products have to go through third-party testing. So we need someone to test. We recently, today, we just had a gentleman come, and he brought his high chromatography testing lab. It's in a box, and he did a test for us. It was like a $10,000 piece of equipment, but he brought it and demonstrated it here. So there's a lot of, and there's a lot to be created too. Like everything hasn't been established, like lighting, how to grow the plant. People are always tweaking it, and everything's about yield right now, milligrams per gram. All right, this is just some pictures of some students that are in the industry. This is actually Sue, who's next door. She worked at Galina's. Sue is a student. Now she's a teacher, and she also worked at Galina's. So this is Annie. She's working at Blue Planet Chocolate. This is Tyler. He's now at Buckeye running their whole cultivation facility. And so, and this is, yeah, there's just a lot of different people there. We're always growing and trying to be creative. Anyone been to the mock dispensary with Aaron? Anyone get there yet? You guys didn't get there yet. But we were given a POS system by Dutchie, so we've created a mock dispensary. So you can scan the QR code, and since most of you guys don't have your medical card, you can see what a dispensary looks like. So if you scan it with your phone, you can see all the products that you can buy, and then the students go through. They learn how to set up the point of sales, the back office, and they learn how to do mock dispensary sales and do a lot of different things. We have our hemp research license, very proud of that. I wrote up the research for that, and so that's how we're able to grow hemp on campus. We have our VR lab, so we're recording different sites. So we have Galina's on there, we have certified cultivators, we have Pinnacle Testing, and some other ones, so we're still creating that. We also have equity scholarships, and we have different types of scholarships available. And we have a certain thing going on that I'll tell you when we get to the end. We have over 270 new students, 82% graduation rate. Another thing I'm really proud of. We do our very best to help every student be successful here. So we go above and beyond, and I can say that personally because I will pick up the phone and call you and harass you. You didn't get your work in, and you need to, complete it, and we'll help you. If you're lacking that academic skill, we help you build on it. If your technology isn't there, we help you. So our teachers go above and beyond to make you guys be successful. And we've had over 900 graduates. This is a comparison of different jobs. These are very upcoming jobs. So you can see here 2018 to 28, and legal cannabis workers is 250%. So that's how much the job growth is. All right, so that's really promising. Is that only in Ohio? No. So you got to remember, other states are going to have more opportunity, but Ohio is growing, and with adult use in Ohio, that is going to keep going up. Okay, so I think once adult use comes, the jobs are going to be very high in demand. Okay.
When you say adult use, does that mean recreational?
Recreational, yes, yes, I try to use that. But yeah, you can see these are very, like occupational therapists, it's only 33%, but we know there's, a lot of people aging, me included, that's gonna need a therapist. So this is incredible figures to see that's 250% increase. All right, so this is just a little history about Ohio. Since, how many of you guys were aware that it started in 2018, but then the first store didn't open until 2019. So a lot of litigation. Ohio likes to sue and get involved. But there was 8.7 pounds sold on the first day for $75,000. All right, as of September 18th, this total sales is $1.48 billion. How much plant has been sold? Almost 200,000 pounds. Plant sales, this is $7.23 per tenth. So if you're not aware, Ohio decided to do tenths, which was very odd. And so the price has been dropping. So that's the biggest complaint, that it's still really expensive. So it's been dropping, and it will continue to drop. How many units manufactured? 18 million, and then manufactured sales dropped. So I just updated these numbers. So the Ohio Control Marijuana, they every month I think they update it. So the price is dropping, which is good, like at least by $3-4. So this is just a picture of the forest, and then of the first person. I forget her story, I apologize, but she's got a big story behind her. Oh, my bad. So this is just more information of what's going on in the industry. So House Bill 523 went into effect in 2018, but the first dispensary didn't open. We're up to 104 approved dispensary licenses. 29 are provisional, so they are starting, but they haven't been completely approved. So it used to only be 70, so we've really doubled in size. And then you can see our cultivation is 23 with level 1, 14. Our certified to recommend doctors has actually dropped, unfortunately. And then our patient registration has been holding steady, but a lot of people aren't using their cards. Some people just have their cards in case they have cannabis on them. They can say, I have my medical card. So anyways, it's a safety net. So grow with us. You guys, you don't have any, you need to have a high school diploma or a GED. And then it's half the national average of vocational school. We don't demand that you have an apprenticeship or internship. We do help you get one if you're interested, but it's not mandatory. According to Yahoo Finance, starting pay in cannabis jobs pay 11% higher than jobs in a similar field. Okay. All right. How am I doing on time?
Hey, how's it going? My name is Quentin Green. I'm a CSC alumni. My background is in military. I was in the U.S. Army for 8 years. I'm also a real estate professional entrepreneur. But I'm so excited and so thankful for the opportunity that I got at the Cleveland School of Cannabis. I was able to get involved in the executive program, which teaches you about dispensary operations, cultivation, as well as horticulture. And overall, it was just a great program for me. It actually gave me all the tools and all the knowledge that I needed to be able to go out into the
I'll rush through.
be able to
I got to try to get it done
job,
next 5.
be able to start
That's
a
me.
career as a patient consultant, in the dispensary operations field. So
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
so happy for it. It's a great opportunity. And if you're interested in this industry, I would definitely look at the Cleveland School of Cannabis.
Hi, I'm Susan Whipple, CSC.
She's
alumni
next door.
and Cooking with Cannabis instructor.
Oh, yeah.
I invite you to join my
You
course
see this,
here
dare to
at
think, it
campus,
says,
where
yeah.
I can instruct you on how to dose your edibles properly, what items can be infused, and then actually have the hands-on practice to make
Yeah.
the items here together in class. I look forward to meeting you.
If you want to be part of one of the fastest growing industries, check out CSC. You'll be glad you did.
I'm glad to be part of CSC. It allows me to combine my profession with my passion.
She's so funny. Carla. All right, so those are just some recent grads. They're really fun. So as she said, you take what you already have a really good base on or what you've been doing. And if you're young, that's fine. You're still carving it out. But you can really advance in the cannabis industry because they're growing so quickly. And they know you show up on time, you're a hard worker, and you have a passion for cannabis, you will climb up the chain. Here at the school, we have what's called our single majors and our executive majors. We are a clock hour school, okay? So we're not a credit school, we're clock hours, so you have to be present. You can't just sign up, take your test, and never step foot in a classroom. That you will fail. That does not work here, okay? Our executive program is our most popular. Bless you. It gives you an overall comprehensive skill set as well as knowledge in all of the aspects of cannabis. Over 60% of our students choose this, and it has a greater potential for your job placement. And you still can complete it in 6 months. Some people may take 9 months. Also, we have a single certificate program. Once again, that's 150 clock hours, which is offered as the ones in front of you so you can specialize. Some people start that way, then they really like it, and then they convert over to executive. These are all the classes that you would take. So we have a wide variety of classes, all taught by very dedicated instructors who are very knowledgeable in their field. I'm not going to read through them all. We do have electives as well. So in a single major, you get 1 elective, and the executive major, you get 2. We're currently going to be adding the Dutchie mock dispensary. Will be an elective starting in January 2024. Is that right? Yep. So a lot of our electives are fun. One of the most popular one is Sue's class, Cooking with Cannabis. It fills up every term. So that is a hard one. Our career service workshop. This really is what sets us apart from other cannabis schools is because we help you develop your skills. We help you write your resume. You have to complete this workshop to graduate. It's a self-paced course, and you have to do it in your first term. Lindsay's amazing. She'll work with you if you haven't written a resume in a long time or never written one, okay? So we have videos, we have job fairs, and Lindsay has a presentation that's in the lounge area, so you can learn more about this. Also, we are well connected in Ohio as well as the United States with different jobs. We have people call me, hey, Nicole, like I just got a text message from Alex Huska, he's in the hemp industry. Just open up a place in New York, we need workers. Do you think any of the students would move? So we put that out. When you graduate, you get put on a job board. But once again, Lindsay is going to talk about that. Our online learning platform is awesome because it allows a lot of flexibility. Say you get called into work, oh, I have class. Not a big deal. You can just watch the recording with a 48-hour window, answer what we call our quiz verification or our attendance verification, and then you're still hearing your live instructor, okay? So you always have a live instructor. It's never a module, okay? You always have a live instructor. You can, communicate with your instructor during your class period. You can email them. Our instructors, I've really worked with them to respond within at least 24 to 48-hour period to make sure you guys. Our terms run really fast. So this is our financing. We have what's called Climb, and that's zero down, deferred payments if you're qualified, and we also competitive interest rates there. And we also have Mia Share, which is interest-free, and then there's minimal down payment, $200, is that right?
So right now, we have an Educate Ohio scholarship for anybody who's facing financial hardship. You can apply for that. There will be a short essay that you will have to write with it, but it will be $200 down and about $211 a month for monthly payments with that Educate Ohio. It'll also be gifted. If you're a single major, you'll get a $2,000 scholarship. So it'll take that $7,500 down to $5,500, and if you do the executive, it'll take that $14,000 down to $10,000 because it's a $4,000 scholarship associated with that.
And this money won't last long. I'm not a salesperson. But, so first come, first serve, so you complete the essay. But this is new, it just came out. Yes?
What is considered hardship?
A financial hardship.
So what it really is because everyone's gonna vote in November on the ballot, correct? Yes, yes, yes. And because of the potential of more jobs opening up, we're trying to put more people in the workforce. So it'll just be financial hardship. So it can be, I have 2 kids and I'm trying to go to school, but I gotta take care of my kids. It doesn't have to be some long violin story, like just be real. We're all facing hardship. We go to work every day and there's still things that we can't do. So I have kids, my hours got cut at work. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, so.
Thank you. All right, so if you want to take out your phone and you can scan our QR code, this will give you our school catalog and connect you. And then we're gonna do our raffle winner.
I'll let you go that.
Yeah, you could, yes. You could zoom it in. I know, I always got up and I got made fun of. They're like, you can just zoom in.
So I'm gonna read, are all these 3 digits here? Yes. So I'm gonna read the last 3 digits, 096.
096. You get to win a, all right, big winner in the house. All right. Do you guys have any questions before we let you loose in the school? No, I'm just kidding.
So, I am the director of admissions,
Yes,
and
sorry,
then
this is
our
Tammy now.
finance is Annie. We'll both be outside, in the hallways before you guys leave.
Okay, we got some questions, yes.
Amongst the list of different, I guess, jobs or careers within the, which one would you deem,
Like the most in demand?
yeah?
Yeah, so the dispensary, so being like a patient specialist, so you work with the patients at the dispensary. Just because it's kind of, people don't like to say it in this industry, but it's a sales position, but you're educating the consumer. So that's gonna be the most in demand. Cultivation is still gonna have, they're gonna need people. Technology's kind of coming into the cultivation, so, but dispensary, they're always gonna need people.
And is that necessarily, since it's considered the most high demand, is it also the highest paying?
So it depends. When you entry level, it's not going to be, but there's opportunity to become what they call a key employee, where you will move up to management. So yeah, yes.
So I think my first question will tie into my second question.
Okay.
So with this school, is it hemp only or is it just?
So no, you learn. So cannabis is, and hemp and marijuana are the same. It's just their level of THC. So you like, if I learn how to process hemp, it's the same way you process medical marijuana. A little bit different because you're working with the THC molecule versus the CBD or CBG. But no, you learn about cannabis in general. So we would have to invest so much money with security to grow medical marijuana here. We'd need millions of dollars. So the hemp research license, it's like $500. So it's definitely an easier route. And so it's the same, you do the exact same with the hemp plant that you do with medical marijuana. It's just that THC level, yes.
So, are there any classes or is there any information being taught for entrepreneurship within the?
So we do have our business class, and that is very heavily entrepreneurship. How do you start your own business? That's the name of the book. So yes, that's a very popular class, and we have 2 amazing teachers. So if no more questions, we're gonna move you out, and you guys get to see some hands-on. And you're gonna keep your punch cards. Once your punch cards have all these places have been punched, then you'll turn it into either Danielle, Jay, or Annie. All right, thank you, and if you have any questions, ask somebody with the badge.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.